Hey friends, welcome back to Jersey Concept Friday. And if you're new, my name is Neil, and every single Friday on this channel, we look at NHL jersey concepts from the community. Designers out there submit them to me, and I review, react, or rank them. I typically react to them, and then at the end of the video, I tell you my favorite. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. However, this is going to be a hard one to wrap our brain around because these designs were submitted by Pointers, a designer that we've looked at lots in the past, but these are color swap changes. So that basically means the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Montreal Canadiens, you switch their colors up and then you give us a jersey concept. I've not seen these before. I've only seen kind of like previous series like this in the past. I know what's coming. I know it's hard on the head, and most of the time it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work. Let's find out together, you and I. Let's get into this and start off. Okay, let's bring up the first one here. And we've got okay, hold on. Can you get my brain around this? Anaheim plus Minnesota. The team is Anaheim, but the influence is from Minnesota, I would assume, because the next file name, as I'm looking at it, is Minnesota. So maybe it's every two jerseys is two teams. Does that make sense? So, okay, Anaheim here. Yes, it works because Anaheim also have kind of used green as well in their history, and not really that shade of cream or off-white, but still, I guess, but not red. They use orange, but not red. This isn't that foreign. I don't necessarily like the logo in the middle, kind of big. It seems very small, I guess. So I don't really know what to say. I want to look at the next one. The next one's going to be Minnesota. Okay, so Minnesota plus Anaheim. Okay, so yes, this is Team Minnesota with Anaheim influence colors. This actually looks pretty good. Now the logo does seem small, like the previous one, and then the shoulder patch logos are different sizes. That was obviously a mistake, but the actual colors being used here, like changing the orange, or changing the sun or the moon, depending on how you interpret the logo. If you change that to use the orange from the Anaheim brand, it still works. Like that's awesome. And the other colors here work quite well. That kind of goldish color with the black and the silver. Honestly, this is actually a pretty nice simple jersey, and I think this kind of works. What's the next team? Hold on, I gotta resize this on my screen. It's way too off to the right here on my screen. Okay, Arizona and Edmonton. So Arizona's the team with Edmonton influence. Not the logo that I would choose for the front of the jersey, but actually the Kachina pattern along the bottom does look nice on the blue being silver, and the shoulders being orange with that shoulder patch look pretty good. I would just maybe change the logo. This isn't too bad though. This is not totally weird. Next, it should be Anaheim with Arizona influence. Okay, this is a little bit odd. I honestly think it reminds me a little bit of like a cross between like the New Jersey Devils and the Montreal Canadiens in a way, or something. I don't know. It's not offensive. It's definitely not offensive. It's not great though. It's not great. Let's move on. Next, okay, this is strange. Boston Bruins with the Calgary Flames influence. Now, I will say that the jersey individually is actually pretty nice. I like it, but it's so strange to kind of see Boston's logo colorized like that on the logo. This is the worst offender so far, as of it just doesn't work, but it does work at the same time. So next one should be Calgary and Boston. Okay, so this isn't that bad actually, because Calgary does use yellow. They do use black. It's only missing the red here. So this actually is completely fine for me. This does not make me upset at all. What's next? Buffalo and then the Rangers. Well, you know what? Two New York teams. So and then we got the Bills. So the Bills actually use these colors. So this honestly does not look bad at all. It doesn't look foreign. It doesn't look unusual. It kind of looks almost proper, I guess, in a way. Buffalo has also used red in their past, not with blue, but still, I'm absolutely fine with this one. I really like this one. So the next one is the Rangers with Buffalo. Okay, so this one's a little bit strange. We've got yellow instead of red. Now the logo on the shoulders does look weird, but the rest of the jersey actually doesn't look that bad. I'm a little bit torn on this one. Let's move on. Okay, we got the Carolina Hurricanes with the Columbus Blue Jackets. I have to look down at where it says Carolina plus Blue Jackets, because when I just look at the jersey, it confuses me. My brain just can't handle it. So I need the textual call out. Carolina plus Columbus. It's not weird, but it's not right. I think I'm okay with it actually. This one does actually work for me okay. So Columbus with Carolina influence. You know what? This actually looks pretty good as well. I'm missing the blue a little bit, considering they're called the Blue Jackets, and there's no blue in this jersey. But regardless of the name, I actually really like this jersey. It's very, very simple. Some pinstriping, which they use in their jerseys. So that's in there. Yeah, it works. Okay, Chicago. Nope. This is weird. Chicago with St. Louis influence? Are you kidding me? This is weird. Now, I know Chicago's city flag has some blue in it, but still, it seems so wrong. Like, the yellow complements nicely with the logo, but the blue is it's just so out of place and so weird. This one's going to be a no from me. It looks good, but it's no. St. Louis plus Chicago. Wow, look at the gradient in the actual St. Louis logo, which is pulled from the feathers of the Chicago Blackhawks logo, and some of that pinstriping on the arms as well. Oh, this looks like a specialty warm-up jersey or something. It's odd. This doesn't work for me. This one doesn't work for me. Next, Colorado with Vegas influence. Oh, it's weird. Now, if this jersey actually existed, the gold wouldn't look muddy like this. It would actually be that gold kind of metal texture that we get on the actual Vegas jerseys. So it's a little bit difficult to kind of interpret this logo to what it would actually look like. So I'm going to skip it. I don't want to say if I like it or not, just because of that reason. Vegas plus Colorado. Okay, so it doesn't work, but it does work. Like that looks good. Does it not? Like, that looks good. But it is definitely weird. Let's move on. Moving on. Okay, Dallas. What? Dallas plus New Jersey. That actually looks fantastic. Like, the jersey, it really does look good. I'm nervous for New Jersey, though. That's going to look strange. There's going to be green, which they're allowed to use, but it's still going to be weird. Let's see. Yeah, with a little bit of the yellow in there. This one is going to be a miss for me. It doesn't look as bad as I was expecting, actually. It does look okay, but it's still going to be a miss for me. It's still weird to look at. Okay, moving on. Detroit plus Winnipeg. You know what? I actually kind of like this. I like the logo. It's just a little bit different. It allows those feathers to kind of stand out a little bit more. I mean, relatively generic jersey design, but it's not bad. Winnipeg, okay. So I just have a feeling that Winnipeg uses some red in their brand. It's an inevitability until we get a Winnipeg jersey that is using red as the primary color. So while this is a little bit strange, it's not that far-fetched. It's not that weird. So I can actually kind of see this in the feature a little bit. So it's I'm okay with this, actually. And point here's your shoulder patches are, I think, different sizes again. Next, Florida plus Washington or Nashville. What? See, I'm so confused. I looked down for a second and then I looked at the jersey. I don't even know why I said Washington. I was just my brain just can't handle this. I don't know what it is, but okay, Florida plus Nashville. This looks like a phenomenal jersey. I really like this one a lot, actually. The colors work perfectly. It is weird, but it's still okay. Like, Florida's along the coast. There's lots of waters. The blue I can work with the yellow. It's the Sunshine State. Makes sense. I don't know. This works. Okay, Nashville plus Florida. The red is definitely strange for Nashville. I don't necessarily really love the jersey design either. Maybe of different colors it would work, but the red is just so polarizing. This one is going to be a miss for me. Okay, next, what do we got? LA with the Toronto Maple Leafs influence. I mean, not bad, really. It's a very simple jersey, which their jerseys are. And it's also a deep blue, which is, LA uses black, really dark color. This is a dark blue, so this isn't that foreign, actually. Toronto plus, okay, this actually is pretty great. I don't love the stripe, that little thin stripe in behind the logo, but I kind of like a black version of the Toronto jersey, not the weird Beaver jersey, the alternate jersey, but a true monochrome Maple Leafs jersey, kind of like this. I think that would actually kind of work. I'm actually surprised so far at how many of these work, so I think that's a tribute to Pointer's decisions here. Moving on, nope. Montreal, nope. Montreal with Pittsburgh colors, that ain't happening. No, I know there's some yellow in the Montreal city flag, if I'm not mistaken, but it's very, very, very minimal. But still, this is a no-go, probably for the fact that it's so close to the Boston Bruins colors, and that is the Montreal Canadiens' arch rival. So regardless of Pittsburgh, this ain't happening. Now, this next one's going to be weird. Pittsburgh with Montreal Canadiens influence. Oh, okay. I was expecting way worse. This doesn't look that bad, but it's still very strange. Of the two that we just looked at, this is definitely the better one in my opinion. Let's move on to the next one. It's going to be the Islanders with Seattle influence. Absolutely. This looks amazing, actually. Very simple jersey. Got the wave down below. 2 shades of blue. They're right on the coast. That's awesome. I mean, they're literally called the Islanders. So, yeah, that works for me. Seattle. That looks good too. That looks really good, actually. I like that. Nothing to complain about here. We're on a roll here. Okay, let's move on. Ottawa and Washington, which is very interesting because we're just in the previous video I think I did last week, we looked at an Ottawa-Washington switch, but in a different way. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But this works. This absolutely works. I don't want Ottawa to do this because I actually really do like their current brand. But if they had an alternate jersey like this, that would be awesome. I would buy this. Next, the Washington with the Ottawa influence. The shoulder patch looks like an awkward orientation, but Washington does use red, so this isn't that weird. And they do use that kind of like goldish color, but I guess it's more copper, I guess, in the jerseys. Yeah, this one's actually not too bad. Let's move on. Philadelphia plus Vancouver. This one is strange. This one's a little bit strange. This one's gonna be no for me. It doesn't work. This is a weird jersey. Vancouver with Philadelphia influence. Now I could get behind this. This looks really good. This looks like do you remember the All-Star game? What year was it? 1992? No, not 1992. It was 1993. I'll put the jersey up on the screen. That's what this jersey kind of reminds me of. I really like this jersey. This is a good one. Okay, moving on. San Jose and Tampa Bay. This one hurt the brain as well. I like this. I really like this one, actually. The colors are fantastic. They're called the Sharks, so why not have a shark coming out of some blue, some water? So yeah, sign me up for this one. Tampa Bay with San Jose influence. You know what? Those are Florida colors, in a way. So I'm actually kind of okay with this one. I don't really like the jersey design, but I like the colors with the kind of Tampa Bay influence on there. Moving on. Oh, that was the last one. Man, we speed ran that. What's my favorite? This is actually gonna be difficult. There's actually a lot of really nice ones in here. Okay, I'm gonna break it down like this. I think the one that feels the most natural is Buffalo, because of the Bills, because they've used red in their history, because they currently use blue. There's not really anything that's super foreign here. The one that I liked the most, or maybe that surprised me the most, I think was Florida, because of all the reasons I mentioned. I don't want to repeat myself, but like the color combination is regardless of team, nice color combination. But the colors are also applicable to Florida, and the way that the jersey is designed also works well with the colors. So I'm saying that this is maybe my favorite of them all. Yeah, this one's my favorite. So I was expecting so much more like brain cramps, and there were some brain cramps in there, but it wasn't actually that bad. There were a lot of jerseys and kind of mixed matched of colors and stuff that really did work. So I'm quite surprised here. I think that's a round of applause to Pointers down below in the comment section. Great job on that. Fantastic. I love looking at these. If anyone wants to do something like this, you can absolutely do that. Send it in to me. You can get this template at sportstemplates.net. Use code POSTTOPOST. It's going to save yourself 10% on this template and any other template on the site, actually. And if you don't want to throw down some coin right away, you're not exactly sure, well, you're in luck because there's actually free templates on the site that you can get right now. Throw it into Photoshop, play around a little bit, work on your skills if you're just maybe a beginner or something like that, and then throw some coin down. Whenever you decide to get a template, make sure you use code POSTTOPOST. And there's all kinds of templates on the site from all kinds of different sports. Feel free to send in a full set from whatever league, whatever template you want, and I'll definitely review it. Details on how to do that are down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you did enjoy this crazy color swap and team swap video, hit the like button. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Adios.